Hi everybody. In order to get you ready to do your digital story project, I thought I would take a quick moment and do a tutorial for one of the pieces of software that I have recommended for this project. The software we're going to talk about today is called Photo Story 3. First things first, if you'd like to download the software, if you just go to any search and you search for Photo Story 3, the first thing that should come up would be a download from Microsoft.com. And you go ahead and click on that, and it would walk you through the continued directions on how to download the software. Once you have the software downloaded and installed, you can go ahead and open the software. And when you open the software, it'll come to this beginning page, and it'll ask you whether you'd like to begin, edit, or play a story. In this case, we're going to begin a new story, and you will get the opening screen, which asks you to import and arrange your pictures. Before you do this step, you should have all of your pictures downloaded and preferably saved in the same folder. You can download pictures off the net, you can scan your own pictures, you can use pictures that you took with your own camera, however you'd like to get them, but you should already have them all saved on your computer. I'm going to click Import Pictures. I'm going to go to, I already put some together here on my desktop, into this folder. I'm going to select all of these pictures. And I'm going to click OK. And you can see it created a storyboard of pictures. And if I'd like to drag pictures around, you can see I can move the order in which they show up. Once I have all of my pictures in here, it also gives you the option to do some basic photo editing, correcting red eye, color levels, to rotate. If you go into edit, it gives you the opportunity to crop as well. Now that I've gotten all of my pictures in, this is just a very short project, I'll click Next. It's telling me that I would like to remove the black borders around my pictures. Sure. So we'll go ahead and do that. We've now gotten to the point where it's asking me if I'd like to add titles to my pictures. You have the option to type over any of the pictures you select. I have cheated. One of the pictures I have is just a plain black square. In order to get that, all I did was go to Google and I typed in black square and went to images and chose one of those. You could do any color, of course, if you wanted to, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a title for this one. I'm going to go into my font dialog. We'll use Papyrus because I like it. We're going to do bold. Let's make it that. I'm going to choose the color of the font. I'm going to change it to white in this case since I have a black background. And I'm going to go, all my pictures are of Charlie Bird Parker. And now I have a title. You can see that it shows up down here in my storyboard as well. If I wanted to, I could write on top of these pictures as well. I can also center, left or right, put the alignment at the top, in the middle of the page, at the bottom of the page, just so you can see that. This moves it up top, puts it down the bottom. I'll go ahead and keep it in the middle. Once I'm done with adding titles to my pictures, I go to Next. It's at this point that you add narration. And you can see it gives you a record button. There's a stop button. There's an undo button. There's also a settings button here for your microphone in order to do that. However long I choose to talk over each picture is how long it's going to have. If you wanted to type notes here, you could, although I don't really see this being the best feature. So when I'm ready, I would go Charlie Bird Parker. And I didn't like that one, so I'm going to undo it. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes. Okay. A digital story about Charlie Bird Parker. Okay, I've decided I like that one better. I would then go on and I could record narration slide by slide. You can see now there's also a little quote bubble here that shows that there's narration recorded on that slide. Also on each picture you have the option to customize motion. So they're all going to move as you play. So I could say I want this one to start in a different place, end in a different place. So I could go, this one's going to start there and there, or I could have it start there and I want this one to end with a full screen view, and then I could preview that and it's going to show me what it would look like. Okay, you have a preview option in a lot of different places. I'm going to close that out, save the changes. If you also noticed in Customize Motion, it'll either automatically set the duration of the slide to how long you talk, but if for dramatic effect you would like to manually change that, you can. Didn't make any changes. When you're done narrating all of your pictures, you would click Next, and you would get the option to add background music. Whatever slide you are on is where the music would start. So I'm going to go ahead and start at the very beginning. I'm going to select music. I'm going to go into music, and I happen to have some Charlie Parker. So how about, let's see what album. Oh, this is a good album. How about this one? Okay, we'll choose that. And it went ahead and put the music behind it. So if I preview, I have it at high volume right now, which I probably won't want. Let's move it down to about there. A digital story about Charlie Bird Parker. Now I thought that the music was a little loud, so I'd probably maybe move it down just a little bit more. You also have the option to create music. If you go into create music, it says what kind of music do you want, what mood are you in, what genre would you like to choose from, what style would you like to choose from, and it basically just has a whole bunch of built-in music that you can do and play. When you're done recording and adding background music, and if you wanted to do multiple songs, say I wanted to put another song starting here, I would just click on that slide and select music again. I go next, and now it's asking me to save my story. Now this is the most confusing part. There's two things we need to do here. First and foremost, if I save the project, it's going to save the photo story format. What I really want to do at this point is save and export it to be played back on a computer. So I would click this first one. It's then set up to be played as a 640 by 480, which is basically full-size screen. I'm going to browse as to where I want to save that. I'm just going to put it on the desktop as Bird. And now, instead of this is where I want to make sure you pay attention, you don't want to hit Save Project. You can, but that's not what's important. You want to click Next. And it's going to take you through this preparing and mixing of the video. It will generate your video, and then it gives you the option to either view your story or create another one. So let's view it and see what we ended up. A digital story about Charlie Bird Parker. I do pretty good work. So that's just a quick little tutorial on how you could go ahead and use PhotoStory to create your digital story. If you have any questions, YouTube is a good resource. You can look up some other tutorials or you can come see me. Take care.